7 types of people secretly ruining your life. What if the people you see most often are the very ones draining your peace? Who should you really be wary of? Epictetus once said, "The key to a peaceful life is to choose wisely who you allow into the space of your soul." We may think of ourselves as wise and strong, but the people we spend the most time with quietly shape the way we think, feel, and act. In this noisy world, creating a space of calm and awareness is no small task. It's a great responsibility that begins with something simple yet profound, choosing who gets to walk beside us. In this video, we'll explore 7 types of people who can quietly erode your inner peace and lead you away from a life aligned with Stoic wisdom. May what we share today become a bridge to a more beautiful and peaceful world, beginning with the way we cultivate our relationships, with others and with ourselves. If you wish to support this kind of philosophy, please hit the like button and subscribe to Metasitta. That way, we can stay connected on this journey together. The first type, the complainer. We all know someone who always finds something to complain about. The weather is too hot, the job is too stressful, the food is never quite right. It may seem harmless at first, but over time, their complaints begin to eat away at your inner calm, like dripping water that slowly wears down stone. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what can be done, not to dwell on what is wrong. So when facing chronic complainers, you have 3 options: limit your exposure, distance yourself mentally, or gently steer the conversation towards something more constructive. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not external events. Recognize this, and you will find strength. The second type, the drama magnet. Some people's lives feel like a never-ending stage of conflict. Today they're fighting with one person, tomorrow with another. And you, once merely a spectator, get pulled into the center of the stage without realizing it. Drama magnets often disguise themselves as passionate souls, but their presence leaves you drained and directionless. When you encounter them, use reflective listening. Offer your presence without being emotionally entangled, or become selectively unavailable. Your time is sacred, and not every storm is meant for you to walk into. As Seneca reminded us, true happiness comes from enjoying the present without anxious dependence on the future. Protect your life from storms that aren't yours to carry. The third type, the dream crusher. Imagine your inner life as a garden where the seeds of dreams blossom into hopes. Then along comes the dream crusher, casting a gray shadow of doubt. They don't just question your ideas, they deny the possibility of their success. They say the world is too cruel, that your ambitions are too high, that you will surely fail. But what they are truly rejecting is not your vision. It's their own forgotten courage to dream. From a Stoic lens, you are responsible for your own will, not for other people's opinions. So when you encounter dream crushers, don't get swept up in their fears. Instead, ask them questions that challenge their assumptions. Invite them to consider possibilities, not limitations. Don't let their gray brushstrokes dull the colors of your life. Hold firm to the canvas of your aspirations. Paint with conviction. The fourth type, the eternal victim. Everyone suffers, but the eternal victim wraps their suffering into a never-ending story. In this story, they are always the helpless hero, and life is always the villain. They don't seek healing, they seek an audience. You might become their emotional caretaker, the listener who constantly reassures them at the cost of your own energy and clarity. Stoicism teaches that the path to peace begins with taking responsibility. When you're around someone who always plays the victim, offer empathy, yes, but do not surrender your clarity. Practice compassionate detachment. Listen kindly, but don't play the rescuer. Remember, boundaries are not rejection. They are a form of love, honest, firm, and necessary. The fifth type, the toxic optimist. True happiness is not born from denial. The toxic optimist refuses to face sadness. They wrap pain in forced smiles and sugary slogans. To them, grief is weakness, not part of being fully human. But Stoicism sees sorrow not as failure, but as a chance to deepen presence. Pain is a teacher. When forced positivity surrounds you, remember, emotions are not meant to be silenced, but understood. Real peace is born not from running away from discomfort, but from having the courage to sit with it, breathe with it, and grow through it. A garden needs both sunshine and rain to thrive. The sixth type, the manipulator. They won't yell or threaten, but they will twist their words until your kindness becomes their tool. Manipulators exploit your compassion, your guilt, your need to be accepted. And suddenly, your life is no longer yours. You are doing things to appease them, not because you chose to. Epictetus warned us that we can't choose our circumstances, but we can choose how we respond. When faced with manipulation, choose clarity. Say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no. This is not cruelty. This is love with boundaries. Take back the script of your life. Don't let anyone write it for you. The seventh type, the time thief. Time is the breath of life, but the time thief comes in subtle forms. Innocent chats that stretch too long, countless invitations you feel guilty refusing, distractions that break your flow. They're not evil, but they do slowly consume the most sacred resource you have. Stoicism teaches us that time is more valuable than wealth. Guard it as you would guard your peace. Learn to say no, not from arrogance, but from deep respect for your limited days. Life is your orchestra. Let every note serve your purpose. Don't let off-key distractions ruin your symphony. These 7 types aren't just portraits of others. If we are honest, we've all been one of them at some point. And that is the beginning of wisdom, to recognize our own shadows and walk consciously toward the light. Write in the comments which type has most often appeared in your life. Let's reflect and grow together. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Metasitta to keep nourishing the flame of wisdom in everyday life. Until we meet again, may your choices align with virtue, may your actions reflect clarity, and may your life become the masterpiece is meant to be. Because when we purify ourselves, we begin to purify the world.